What's going on, family? This is not financial advice. Do your own research, man. I just want to show you what I saw in this market today. Real slow, but some pretty good movement. So I'm going to show you exactly what I saw and the trades I took and why I took them. So market open around 9:30. So around this area, market open. All right. So from that point on, didn't nothing really happen at 9:30. They just kind of slowly shot down. It was really slow. So you couldn't have known they were going to come drop down about 30 points. So they based around 38.80. That was the base. So they shot through the first initial support. So I was looking for a bounce around this area up here around 3,900 area. They shot straight through that, and 3,900. So then they came down to 38.80, as you can see. They based around there for a while. They just kind of went sideways. So I just kind of stepped away, and then the first red arrow on my chart was a higher low, and then they made two failed attempts to go short. I did get in early on this candle. It was a little aggressive, but overall I did scalp out up to the highs. That was probably my biggest trade of the day, and I got out a little early, but I did manage to scalp up to the highs. As you see, they kind of overshot this channel, so I was expecting a pullback to confirm the channel. So I have my channel a little tighter before this second arrow here, before this swing came down, and then they doji, then hammered up, and once they broke above that bearish hammer, that engulfing entry, that's what I took. So I scalped up to back up to the highs again, got out. They went higher, of course, and then they gave you a higher low right off the trend line. They wicked off of it, big old hammer, and I just scalped up right before I got to the highs, and I was done for the day. Those are my three trades. The first one was a little aggressive. I should have waited. I should have took that engulfing entry. My first arrow down here at the bottom, that was around 10:45, look like 10:30. Yeah, about 10:30 area. So that was my first trade. It's a little aggressive. Don't get me wrong, it's a little aggressive, but the second entry short right above it, that engulfing candle, that was probably the best entry. So, man, when you just sit around and just wait on the market to do its thing, man, you get good trades. So that's how you can be consistently profitable, man. Just sit around and wait on them, man. They're going to unveil themselves eventually. All that chop that they did all the way from 9:30 to 10:30. So you literally had to sit there for an hour and just wait and see what was happening. They did have a short entry, a break of the first trend channel, and then they made two legs up. You could have took that entry. That was a 618 retracement on the first leg. That was around 10:05, 10:15, somewhere in between there. So today overall was pretty decent. I'm not sure what they're doing. They should have went higher today. So they just kind of chopped sideways all day. And then at the end of the day, they sold off aggressively. And then at 4 o'clock, they just kind of crept back up. And this is where price is now. So they went back up a little bit, back up at 3,900 area. So this is, I don't know what they're doing at this point, but they were supposed to go higher. They made a nice little pullback. So we do have one gap to fill, and I'm going to show you where it's at on my chart. So we got one more gap where that arrow is. You see that way up there? That's where that other gap is. So they filled this gap, As you can see on the chart on the S&P, and it seems to be they have a moving average up here. This is the 4-hour. I need to go to the daily, so we're gonna go to the daily and see exactly where they could be going. So this is just an idea, but I'm assuming they're going to the gap at this point. They still are bullish, but as you know, man, it could be a bull trap. So just be careful trading this, man. They could definitely trap you going long up there. They could trap you going short up here. So they're right kind of in the middle of nowhere. So they could go up to 4,000 to fill that gap, and then continue up into the resistance and fall from there. Or they could push straight through that, come back and retest the 4,000 area, because they never kind of pull back, but they do have that gap to fill up there, man. So we could be seeing some aggressive move up, man, over the next few months before they reach their bottom. I don't think they're done to the downside yet, but everybody's been so bearish. This market has no choice but to rally, man. Just giving everybody max pain at this point. So the S&P, they were down 0.38% on the day. At one point, they were down more than that, but they kind of came back, kind of just chopped around. So we're going to see what tomorrow brings, man. I hope you guys had a good trading day. Like, subscribe to the channel, man. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Out.